Hello, my name is Collection Connoisseur. I collect digital thingamabobs in video games. Today I'm playing Monster Train. This time on Monster Train, we are playing the Next Expert Challenge. We completed Blighted Existence, one of the ones that I consider one of the harder ones. I think it's the second hardest one, but it was the hardest one for me so far. We're going for Truer Champion. You don't have a champion, and Hef will help you out instead. Okay, so we've got Hef the Blacksmith and good old Wingmaker, that's important. And we don't have a champion. Alright, I like this one. Let's do it. So I think I'm going to play as Hellhorned. And Umbra with the Hellhorned as champion. And what do we want our starting cards to be? Probably a Shade Splitter. Yeah, I think we want a Shade Splitter, because we should have a lot of space to put morsels, due to Hef the Blacksmith. And although we've got a lot of space, I don't think we're going to choose Queen's Implants that much, so let's do a Torch. And I actually don't want to do that, because we've done this combination before, Hellhorned, Umbra, Primary. So I'm going to switch this one to Plink, because we've never done Primary Exiled with Hellhorned Umbra before. Alright, let's go. Ooh, we got Vent as a starting. We got Packed Morsels to get more morsels, and we got Important Work, which makes me a little bit sad that we didn't actually start with Queen's Implants, because Important Work works really well if we've got lots of imps. Seraph the Patient is unfortunate for us because of Rally and Incant. Rally isn't a problem with morsels, but it is a problem with imps. Okay, well, Seraph the Patient is going to be annoying, but I think we could handle it. And we get Hef the Blacksmith, and Hef the Blacksmith has Intrinsic. Yes, great. Alright, so Hef is our champion. She's going to be really good at the beginning. Wing Clippings. I mean, it helps with Packed Morsels already. And if we got the one that adds imps to our hand, I wouldn't mind that being saved too. So let's take Wing Clippings. And move on. The first couple battles I think will be real easy, by the way. We're even going to turn this on. Mark of Invasion, no problem at all. And they're going to be real easy because Hef the Blacksmith is just really good for the beginning of this. Oh my, we even get to have 2 morsels with her. That's great. She does cost 2 instead of 0, so she's unlike the champions. I should have played her after playing that and a morsel. But in any event, we didn't do that, so whoops. We'll have Ember Drain next turn because I didn't think about that. But she's ridiculously good at the beginning. Good old Wingmaker could make a lot of space at the top. Alright. I mean, sure. We've got a ridiculous amount of space. And we'll even torch this one. I don't know if I should have torched that one because Plinks are good. Well, we can play a Plink here and here. We got them both. Alright, great. And then I guess we'll play Rebel Morsels and then a couple of Drain Stewards. Oh, we didn't have enough Ember. We have plenty of space. We do not have enough Ember. We can play a Plink. Nice. Alright. Well, we've got plenty of space, but remember we can only put 7 things on a floor. So, which ones do we want? I guess it really honestly doesn't matter at this point, but Morsel Jeweler, Morsel Miner, the Magma Morsel, and an Antumbra Morsel, and then another Antumbra Morsel, and we've reached the limit. Alright. And then Torch, Torch, We could just click end turn 2 more times in a row, but I don't want to take the damage, of course. So we're going to play the Weights of Contrition. And click end turn and win. Alright. Easy first battle, which is what we expected. Hidden Passage doesn't seem that important when we've got Hef the Blacksmith creating space all the time. Welder Helper is not a bad imp to play, though. I like my Welder Helpers. And I don't think we need a third vent. So yeah, let's take Welder Helper. Mine Collapse, even more Packed Morsels. I don't know if we want that many. Gem Trove, I don't know if we care about. I think I'm going to take Mine Collapse, though. It'll replace the torches later. And I mean, I do want a Merchant of Steel because we've got Hef the Blacksmith, which we can upgrade. So I'm going to go this way. Let's peek in the Merchant of Steel. We see a large stone. I love it. Alright. That's a good one. We see a value stone. We could play it on Mine Collapse, but I don't know if I care to. And a Seek Stone. A Seek Stone we might want to put on a vent. Maybe? But I don't know. I don't think we want to get either of those stones. But we saw a large stone. Does that change this choice? I do not think that it does. I'm pretty sure I'm just going to take Morsel Maker. We don't really care about Crucible Warden. Yeah, let's take Morsel Maker. I really like Morsel Maker. And then the large stone is going to go on Hef the Blacksmith, I guess? We can only give her one stone, remember. Let's give her this one. And then, don't mind putting a Battle Stone on the Morsel Maker. And then let's purge a Train Steward. We don't want the Train Stewards in the deck. Okay, good set of first picks. I don't really want to sacrifice Morsel Maker. I mean, I already upgraded it, but I don't really want to sacrifice Morsel Maker to Hef the Blacksmith. That just doesn't seem as important as other sacrifices. So, we're still looking for something to sacrifice to Hef the Blacksmith. And we still have 0 pack shards. Interesting. Well, I think we can turn on Spikes 3, since Hef the Blacksmith has so much more health, and we've got no pack shards. Alright, we got both of them. We can't play both of them, though. That's an important aspect. Because Hef the Blacksmith costs 2, unlike many champions. I guess we're going to play Packed Morsels, then. And we want Hef the Blacksmith to have more health, certainly, and more attack. Which we can't put up there yet. We'll get it later. We can do Torch. Sure. Torch. We can't. We don't have the Ember. We have a Mine Collapse. We also have a Plink, or 2. Let's play Plinks first. Ooh, that Plink was perfect. Is this Plink also perfect? It was. Incredible and ridiculous. Okay, if we give you lifesteal, you're just going to spend it on that guy. So it basically gives you 4 health, which is less than this does. The Morsel Miner, or the Morsel Jeweler, does the exact same. So I guess what I'm going to do is play a Rubble Morsel, of all things, and an Umbra Morsel. And then we could torch one of those. But I also don't see the point. So, we're done? We're done. I could have played a different set of morsels than I wanted and torched one. That was also an option. Plink doesn't really do anything for us anymore, so we're just going to play the Welder Helper. And I guess we're going to play a good old Wingmaker. There's no reason to, though. That's the thing. There's no reason to play these cards. I'll play a Train Steward just to get it out of the deck. Alright, we've got a Vent, which can kill things at the bottom, but we want to play the Plink first. Oh my gosh, it was a perfect Plink again? How many perfect Plinks do we have? Okay, I do want the Morsel Excavator. I do want the Umbra Morsel. We really still don't care about Train Stewards, so I'm going to play one here. Actually, I should play one at the bottom, so that we still have space next turn to play a Train Steward if we want. And then, you know, we'll do a pack morsels. We'll play a couple morsels. And then we will click end turn. I think next turn I'm just going to click end turn. Click end turn. Great. Alright. We have a big unit. So Ritual of Battle is quite nice. We don't really need Impressive. We only have one Imp of Sacrifice, and we already have a Sacrifice Imp card. I do like Ritual of Battle, typically. Do I want Hornbreak? Hornbreak is another thing to take care of back units. And we already have good old Wingmaker, technically the Plinks, and the Vents. And the Mind Collapse. I don't know if we need Hornbreaker 2. I think we might want to go with Ritual of Battle, which is going to be hard to play. Don't really want Umbra Assault or more packed morsels. The Prismal Dust might be pretty nice. Let's take the Prismal Dust. Okay. I don't want to duplicate just yet, so let's go to the right. And peek in the Merchant of Steel, we see a Frenzy Stone, which would have been nice too on our champion, basically. We might not take that Frenzy Stone. I don't know if I would really want it on a Morsel Maker, particularly. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to take that. We're still not going to get any back shards, because we're not going to take the Divine Boots. There's going to be pack shards for us, right? Yeah, we're going to get most of our pack shards near the end, which does make for an easier beginning too. Alright, I'm going to take the Hellhorned unit. The main thing I'm thinking about this is, what do we want to sacrifice to our champion? Ooh, we don't want to give the champion Fragile. The Steelworker is not bad to sacrifice to our champion / sacrifice to the Morsel Maker. I'm going to take that. So we're not going to Frenzy Stone that one, right? Because what's the point? Yeah, what's the point in Frenzy Stoning anything? Do we want to play a Fury Stone? Do we even care about something else that could appear here? If it was an Immortal Stone, it might be good on Welder Helper. Maybe. What else could it be? Speed Stone, I don't care about on anything that we have. Frenzy Stone, I apparently don't care about. What other ones are there? Large Stone, I actually don't want. Okay. We don't want a red one. I think I'm just going to take Rage 7 and put it on the Morsel Maker. It's kind of a weird thing to put on a Morsel Maker, but I just don't want much else right now. I should have done this first, though. Alright, Historian. Okay. Do I want petty theft? Petty theft again? Purge, gain a bunch of money. You know, Heaven's Gold might be pretty nice. I'm gonna take it, because I don't think I care about the other ones. So Heaven's Gold. We have not taken that one very often, I don't think. And I'm still not going to take Divine Boons, even though it helps my thing now. Yeah, let's move on. Alright, this should be another easy battle. Constructed explosives explode twice. We have a good old Wingmaker and a Vent. I'm gonna play half the Blacksmith up here, and I guess I'll play a good old Wingmaker as well. That'll be my first turn. That does mean that we don't kill all of those at the bottom. But we honestly don't care much about them, so who cares? Let's do this. Let's do this, and a good old Wingmaker. Okay. Morsel Maker, let's go. We also have a Plink, which we should play in the center, except that if we played it, we couldn't play Morsel Maker. So I'm going to play Morsel Maker instead. Morsel Maker will make it harder to fit more things up there, but half the Blacksmith makes more space every single turn. We have a Mine Collapse and a Torch. So if I do a Torch here and a Mine Collapse here, we could spend the Prismal Dust right now. It's not going to do much in this battle, so might as well just play it. There's Haste at the bottom. Don't like the haste at the bottom. We could Plink at the bottom. We could Plink at the bottom again, but we don't really need that many morsels. So I think I'm going to Plink to hopefully kill the Constructed Explosive, because that'll save the most health on my champion. Oh, we got it even. Alright. Let's have a Train Steward die here. You are not really doing enough damage now, by the way. That's one of the things that happened there. I'm going to play 2 Rubble Morsels. Because you kill one of these, but then both of these are there and that one's there. So we might take some damage. We have Plink that we could play at the top. We could try again. Alright, now we're killing all of them. Huzzah. And we could torch that if we wanted, but we're really just going to torch this. We'll let a Train Steward die. We could even have another Train Steward die for, you know, for funds. And then packed morsels. Play the morsels that we want the most at the top. I guess I want you to have more attack. And even more attack. And we'll play the Sand Temple morsel down here. Just to get it out of the deck. I don't want to draw morsels anymore. And we already have some that are just sitting in the deck. We did get our Welder Helper. Welder Helper, we have packed morsels as well. Let's play the packed morsels. We got a Morsel Miner to play. We can now play our Welder Helper, which is going to go here, I guess. And then I want you to have a Morsel Excavator, even though you will use it next turn, sadly. Okay, never mind. Torch the boss. Plink the boss. We didn't Plink the boss. We tried. There's the Steelworker. we could use him up there too, I guess. He'll fill out the floor. Steelworker, welcome. And Vent does the most. Alright, and then we crush very easily. We can even play Ritual of Battle. Alright, another easy battle. I expect these battles to be easy at the beginning and then become a lot harder near the end. Blazing bolts. I mean, we've got to take it, right? Yeah, I feel like we've got to take that one. Blazing bolts are just too interesting. So, we were thinking about sacrificing the Steelworker to the Morsel Maker. We're still looking for a good sacrifice for my main one. The Demon Fiend could add just basic stuff. Don't really like the Alpha Fiend one that much. +1 space and strike +5 attack. That seems so little. Slay apply rage 3 to friendly units. That's actually a pretty nice one, right? Okay, I'll do that. Because she slays a lot, especially because she has trample. I think I really want Fell's Remorse. Because I really want to be able to play more than one of my 2 cost cards. The fact that my champion costs so much is part of the reason. As much as I would like to go to a Merchant of Magic, I really want to go to an Unstable Vortex and Urzel's Horde. So we're going this way. We will look in here. True Stone and Extreme Stone. Alright. Well. We could put that on Vent. I probably want a True Stone on a Vent. I want far too many True Stones, honestly. Let's make one of these Vents have a True Stone in it. And then Extreme Stone. I mean, I want that on Mind Collapse. And I also want to put it on the Vent that I just gave Piercing. Let's put this on the Mind Collapse this time. Okay, and then good old Wingmaker I still want to do as well. Let's get this artifact. Morsel units enter with damage shield 1. Or Gorge abilities trigger an additional time. We have no Gorge abilities. This one makes playing at the top in the last Divinity battle much more realistic. So I guess we're going to take this one. And then remove 2 Train Stewards. And then I have to figure out which one of these sacrifices I want to do first. So, the Slay adding Rage for Hef the Blacksmith, or the Resolve Armor 5 to the Morsel Maker. I think I want to do the Morsel Maker one first, just because we might find something better that we want to put on Hef the Blacksmith. So I'm going to do Sacrifice Steelworker, put it on Morsel Maker. And then we're either going to sacrifice that Branded Warrior, or we're going to remove it after we get something else to sacrifice. You give haste. I mean, the amount of damage that they're doing is not the problem, it's the amount of health that they have. And my Pyre does have 55 attack because of Heaven's Gold. So I'm going to turn this on. We might take some fire damage, because I haven't really gotten things where we can gain a lot of attack every turn. I want to play the Blazing Bolts, but I simply have to play these 2 on the first turn. So, too bad. We're not playing Blazing Bolts this turn, or any of that other stuff. Alright, let's go. Every one of those dies. Can't play our welder helper yet. We can't really play much yet, including morsels that we would get out of Plank. So I think I'm just going to play the Ritual of Battle. We've played 3 cards so far this battle. I'm used to playing a lot more than that. So the vent can kill those things at the bottom. And we could just play... We could play a Prismal Dust right here. Yeah, if we play a Prismal Dust right here, that's pretty nice. The fact that you are making to the top is not very nice, though. Maybe we play the vent at the top. And we play a torch. Maybe? I think I'm gonna do that. Torch, vent. That way you deal damage to my Pyre only once. Oh, my Pyre has more attack because we killed a Collector. Right. Forgot about that. You being at the bottom and me not being able to kill you is really bad. Because I certainly don't want all of you going up to the top at the same turn. And that's going to happen now. Yeah, nothing I can do about that. Let's play a Packed Morsels. Pick the best morsel. I mean, we really want more attack, so we're going to do the Morsel Excavator. We're going to play a Train Steward. In the center or at the bottom? In the center, because we need this one to take some damage. Oh. Well, we can put this morsel in front so the Train Steward actually does damage. And then I'm going to play Plink at the bottom to get rid of your spell shield, or damage shield, hopefully. Okay. I think we're going to take some more damage. But at least nothing attacks my Pyre multiple times, really. We're definitely playing Packed Morsels. I see... I mean, probably Morsel Jeweler and Morsel Excavator. And then I want to play the vent. Is the vent the thing that does the most here? I'm going to play this here. Yeah, the vent is the thing that does the most per Ember. So I'm going to play the vent. At least it kills that back one. That saves 16 damage on my Pyre. And then we're going to take more damage. Ouch. The Pyre damage did happen in this one. I just figured it wouldn't be crazy because the Pyre has lots of attack. It wasn't crazy, but it was bad. Alright, we definitely get to kill you. I guess I'm going to start with a Plank. And then the Morsel Jeweler goes up here. And then we Mind Collapse and Vent you. So Mind Collapse is more efficient, and then Vent. I guess we can play you this turn. Do you a little bit of damage, although you have a Slay trigger. Okay, we're gonna get another self-mutilation because we did that. But we can play both of those, and I'm very confident we're winning. We can even play Prismal Dust. Now we gain health. Alright. That battle wasn't too hard, but we did take a fair amount of damage. Some of that was due to the trial. Yeah, we took 47 damage. Pyre Chomper would be another imp that we could play. And I don't care which floor we play it on either, so that's nice. Alright. We'll take a Pyre Chomper. I don't think we care about these. Yeah. Now, I really want to go to a Merchant of Magic. So we're going this way. Let's peek in the Merchant of Magic first. Stackstone. It could go on Ritual of Battle and it would be very, very expensive. Right. Could go on Prismal Dust. In most cases, that's better. It's worse if we have, it's the same if we have 0. It's worse if we have 1. It's the same if we have 2. But if we spend any more than 2 Ember on it, then it's better. Still doesn't seem amazing. Surgestone. Surgestone we could put on a plank. Yeah, we could put a Surgestone on a plank. We could put Emberstone on many different things. Okay. Well, we'll definitely think about it. I think we want to do Concealed Caverns first. Do we salvage anything from the train yard? I like both of them. I think I'm gonna do the Steel Polyclaw because we have Heaven's Gold, which makes Steel Polyclaw a lot better. Now, Divine Horde. What do you have? Queen's Tail. I like Queen's Tail a lot. Let's take that. It doesn't affect us very often just yet, but it is extra draws in the battle. We don't have a champion, so we're not going to take Mark of a Champion. Ashes of the Fallen is pretty nice if we keep getting imps. I mean, right now we have 2 imps, I think. Yeah, we've got 2 imps, but it makes getting imps even better. And then Merchant of Magic. I don't think we want the Stackstone. I think we're going to take a Surgestone. We're going to put that on a plank. We're going to take an Emberstone. And we're going to put it on... We could put it on Ritual of Battle and get the Stackstone and put it on Ritual of Battle. I'm going to do that. So Ritual of Battle gets Emberstone and Stackstone. So it gives Rage 20. Okay. Most likely I want to reroll here. Eternal Stone. I don't know what I want that on. We could put it on Steel Polyclaw. We could put it on Prismal Dust. Both of those seem not bad. I think I'm going to put it on the Steel Polyclaw. And then another Emberstone on it. And we've spent so much money that our Steel Polyclaw is worse. But I think we're going to take another Surgestone and put it on a plank. And be done for here. We could even purge a card. We could purge a card. How many purges are we going to get? 1 if we go that way. Don't know if we're going to get a trinket though. We will go that way, so we'll get enough to do 4 purges. And we're probably going to go this way as well. So we can do 6 purges. If we have 6 purges lined up, that gets rid of a lot, but not everything that I want to get rid of. But I don't want to spend the money right now, because this Merchant of Trinkets might be really good. Crystal Cloak. Don't like you. I don't mind the spikes 4 that much. As long as they don't get to the top. And I don't know if they're going to get to the top this time. We're going to turn this on again. It does make my steel polyclaw significantly worse, by the way, in this battle. So, if the blacksmith goes at the top, we'll do a packed morsels first. Don't really care about damage shield on you very much. Probably just want the extra health. And then I kind of want the trained steward and the branded warrior to die. I can't kill them both on the bottom floor, but I can cause both of them to die if we play them on separate floors. And then, do we want to add any morsels down here? If we add the Umbra morsel and the morsel jeweler, then they'll survive for a little bit, just in case I actually want to want to play a minion down there for some reason. Okay, killing the collector, of course, that's nice. We will play the morsel maker at the top. We could sacrifice an imp, we don't have one. We could play a plink. I want to play a plink at the bottom. But I want to play the morsel maker. I guess that means we can't afford Ritual of Battle if we play morsel maker, and we've got to play morsel maker. So that means playing a plink at the bottom first is probably good. And then morsel maker at the top. After we play we play packed morsels first. And which one do we want the most of you? I mean, probably because that guy has so much attack, we want the magma morsel. Or so much health, we want the magma morsel. And then we could play some things to keep our trained steward alive in the center if we care. Like this. And the trained steward is alive for some reason. It does kill one. Ooh, killing one of those was actually not necessarily a good thing. I want to play Blazing Bolts. I want to play Pyre Chomper, don't I? I'm going to play Pyre Chomper. That will give me a lot of Ember. A lot of Ember. Steel Polyclaw, I don't know that we want to play that. Because it would deal at least 4 damage. The Blazing Bolts we want to play. We want to torch more of you guys. Thing. Do want to torch more of you guys. So torch you. The Blazing Bolts I'm really thinking about playing on you. You have 140 health. You've got 179. You're a much worse problem. Much worse. But killing this front one doesn't do a lot for me compared to dealing 30 damage here. And then the Welder Helper we can't play. Okay. That turn didn't go as well as I would have liked. We definitely don't do enough damage to take out that back one at the top, which is the real problem right now. Huh. We have a lot of things that can deal with stuff. I would love to play the vent at the bottom, but I think we need to handle the top a lot more right now. So if I torch and then plink, the plink will deal more damage to this, which is what we want right now. So torch and then plink. and then Plink to do more damage to you. And then the vent would cause you to... You still wouldn't die before going and hitting my pyre once, which is really annoying. So I think we're going to play this vent here. To just kill all of those. Then we're going to play this morsel jeweler. You're going to hit my pyre once. It's going to do a lot of damage, and I really do not like that that's going to happen. Ouch. My pyre is not doing so hot. We have a lot of things that we can do. For one, we have vent. Although, if we're going to play the Mind Collapse, I don't know when we're going to play the vent. There's too many X cost cards in my hand. Alright, let's do a Plink first. It didn't hit any of those. Okay. So we could torch and then vent. There's no reason to play the torch if we're going to play vent. So let's play vent. And then let's play the Mind Collapse on this one. And then we play Prismal Dust on you, so you have even more damage shield. You don't have a lot of damage shield because you keep using 2 of it each time because of the spikes. Alright, anything that we can do to prevent your stealth from taking up too much. If we put this guy down here, you would use 2 of your stealth, but that's not very different from putting him at the top. We could even put him in front at the top. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in front at the top, I think. Let's play the Plink first. We got a Morsel Jeweler for more damage shields. If we're gonna have more damage shields, I think we play the Welder Helper not in the front. But like right here, maybe? Okay, so you have health. It's just a matter of getting through all of this stealth, which is a real problem, honestly. Alright. If we die here, I'll be sad, but I think that we're gonna win. The Steel Polyclaw can take you out. The Vent could take you out and deal damage to you. Let's play the Vent. Vent, and then Mind Collapse. And then you still have a lot of stealth, which is not the best. If we can get a morsel next turn, which we can, alright, I'm going to put the morsels in front. Also, the Ritual of Battle is quite nice, but let's get the morsels first, because I'm pretty sure these morsels... Ooh, Lifesteal? Lifesteal is good. Okay. If we play this morsel in front, then you hit its damage shield, and then we're already winning. And that means that we can play Blazing Bolts and upgrade it to the highest, to its top level. Okay, I'm still worried about this one, because we just don't gain strength enough. We need something to deal more damage. We got rationing scales. It's actually pretty nice right now. I guess we'll take it. That gains us health right now. Another Pyre Chopper. I will take another Pyre Chopper. Especially with all of my X-Boss cards. Feast is good on certain times. Ember Cache is kind of usually good. Let's take an Ember Cache. Okay. We want to remove more cards. Certainly. Clicking this doesn't really do anything for us, but we'll still click it. Value Stone could go on Blazing Bolts, actually. I like a Value Stone on Blazing Bolts. And this is the time that we're going to do the Engage Pact, too. Units get an extra upgrade slot. Ooh. That's strong. When are we going to upgrade half the blacksmith again? We're not. Ah. That would be really strong if we were going to visit a Merchant of Steel. But I really want to go this way because then we can get 2 half the blacksmiths. I think that's stronger than upgrading one of them. Darn. Okay, that would have been really good if it had come earlier. Friendly units enter with Rage 3. That means all of our morsels do more damage. It's good unless enemies have thorns, I guess. Which, I mean, they have damage shield. Scorching Restraint seems pretty valuable. I'm gonna take it. And then remove a Train Steward and a Torch. And honestly, so many more things are worth removing. We're going to do the Engage Pact. We're going to sacrifice the Branded Warrior to have the Blacksmith. We've got 90 pack shards. I think we're going to get a lot of pack shards. Alright, Blazing Bolts, you only cost 1 now. And let's move on. So I think we win this next one. I'm not sure what happens after that, but I think we win this next one. Alabaster Guardians have Spell Shield 5. Ick. That's annoying. Now, we are guaranteed to get these two because this one is intrinsic, and this is the only banner unit in the deck. So, we know we're going to get those two. They take up the entire floor. So let's play those first. Now we can play a Mind Collapse. I would do that on you. Yeah, I would do that on the back one here. Yep. And then we have Blazing Bolts, which we're also going to do at the bottom. Alright, so we've taken out those. I don't see any reason to play Pack Morsels, so I'm not going to play it. You are going to get a Slay, which is great. We have no space for morsels yet. We could just play Prismal Dust and not play any of these other cards. I'm down for that. It even got preserved. A Steel Polyclaw. We've got 37 attack. So if we did that on the Clipped Reflector, it would end up killing it. Am I going to play the Pyre Chomper this turn? It allows me to play everything else, but then I just don't have a Pyre Chomper in my deck anymore, because I could play the other 3 without playing. Alright, play this one. The Plinks don't really do anything because you keep giving armor to things, but we can at least play them. I guess it gave you armor, which was not good for me. I think I'm going to Steel Polyclaw this one, because this is the worst one right now. We will kill you, just probably not with our champion. It'll probably be one of the back ones that kills you. Right, we can play Welder Helper and sacrifice it. That's a nice combo up here. Welder Helper, give you a bunch, sacrifice the Welder Helper, and then we actually can play Ritual of Battle, which means you do, well, yes, you do kill him as long as we don't play any more spells up there. And then, how about a Vent? Vent in the center seems pretty good. And I don't see a reason to play a Plink or a Torch at all, so just play the Vent. Okay. You've got Rage 25 now. I like it. We can play a Plink. I want to play that at the bottom, so it might kill you. It did not, but you know. And then I guess we mostly care about you guys getting more damage, so I'm going to play the good old Wingmaker in the center, I guess. And I'm going to play the Plink at the bottom. The Torch, I'm also going to play here. I'm going to play it on you, though. Just because I'm pretty sure we're going to defeat you. I don't know how much damage you're going to take. Okay. We need something for those two, because they have too much health for us. I don't like how much enemies have too much health for us. Excavated Ember first. Ooh, another Ritual of Battle. Huzzah! And then you're almost dying already. If we play a Packed Morsels, you will die. Because all of these morsels will come in with rage. The Pyre Chompers. How much do I care about keeping the Pyre Chompers around at this point? I mean, the first time we play an imp each turn, so we could play one. I'm going to consider playing one, and just having it die. We drew a deadweight. We got a lot of Ember, but we only drew a deadweight. So, I want... we play all three of these at the top. We can. That is exactly how many things can hit. Great. And then I want to play the Vent. I want to play it here, kind of. Because you do so much damage. Yeah, I'm gonna do it here. Excavated Embers, always nice. Let's start with those. They even might get preserved, like that one did. Blazing Bolts. I do want to play Blazing Bolts. The top is not really the place to play it, though. The worst one is the bottom. So let's play it here. Ooh, dealt you a good amount of damage. That's nice. Now I'm willing to play things here. And then this Plink might kill you. It did. We got a Rubble Morsel. Go. And then other than that, we're just plinking a little bit. We have too many of those things in the deck still, which is why we're going to focus on removals. Steel Pulley Claw could take out something directly. But then you don't get the extra rage for killing this one. So I won't actually. I'll take 11 damage to get more rage. We can play all of those morsels. The Mind Collapse doesn't kill anything, so we can't get extra from it. Let's just do a Prismal Dust on our champion, on our gigantic creature in the front. And then, you know, Mind Collapse you. Okay, 200 attack. It's a lot of attack, but I'm still a little bit worried. Still a little bit worried because our opponent does a lot of damage compared to our health too. How are we doing? We are winning. We're taking 170 damage, but we're winning. Great. Alright, 100 gold. Kindle we could take. Last Stand we should probably take. And then, I don't think I want Fell's Remorse. Herzl's Compound is always good. Light of Seraph is good in this one, but I think we want Herzl's Compound. Just so that we draw our cards faster. Now, we are going to remove more cards, and possibly upgrade more spells. So go this way. Peek in the Merchant of Magic. Eternal Stone, I don't know if I care. It's hard to know if I care. We could put it on Ember Cache. We could put it on Last Stand, but it would cost more. I don't really care about putting it on the Packed Morsels. Power Stone, there's a lot of things we could put that on. The Blazing Bolts, for example. The good old Wingmaker, of course. The vent that has piercing, so it actually takes out some of the units more often. Okay. I don't want to spend too much money here, and I don't know if I care about the Eternal Stone enough to spend money on it, because Heaven's Gold is giving me some benefit. So, let's take a Power Stone and an Ember Stone. Actually, before we do that, let's go here. Alright. A Pillar of Light. Infuse Nexus Spike with the essence of 2 spells. Or purge a spell. Create 3 copies with unhinged power. So, this is a way that we could purge one more time. This is a way that we could get 2 things that are really nice. We could put Blazing Bolts, which wouldn't have that, but that doesn't matter. Blazing Bolts and Ritual of Battle. Blazing Bolts and Ritual of Battle, those are quite excellent together. So I'm gonna do Ritual of Battle first, because that's the one I think I want the most to be able to do. And then select another spell. No! we don't get to pick. We're not gonna do that. Or actually, I don't think we can do this to our own unit. Okay. So now we have something that we could do on an enemy unit or our own unit. But if we do it on an enemy unit, they'll get 20 more attack. Not what I was going for there, honestly. Honestly, not what I was going for. Should we have done Blazing Bolts first? I don't know what determines what you can smash together. Anyway, let's remove torches and planks. The planks seem pretty bad, but the torches seem pretty bad too. We're going to take out one of each. And then move on. I almost wish I had actually just purged a spell there. Non-boss enemy units get +8 attack. I want to do it. The 400 extra gold is really, really good. I just have to actually kill the things as they go up. And we'll see if I die. Because this is ways that I could die. So a good old Wingmaker at the beginning is pretty nice. We can't steal Polyclaw you because you would not... Oh, actually, none of this matters because we're using all of our Ember in the first turn. Right. Right. Alright, well we are going to vent. We kill the Collector again, which is always good. We can play a Mind Collapse, which is not bad. The Packed Morsels and Important Work don't do anything for us. So it's really just Mind Collapse, Vent, and Plink. And, you know, Vent is better than Plink. So I think we Mind Collapse here. And then we Vent at the bottom. Should I have done that the other way around? Yes. Yes, I should have. Whoops. Yeah, we're not doing enough damage to that top one. So how can we do more damage? So, play Ritual of Battle and steal Polyclaw. Our Pyre has enough damage to kill you if we brought you to the top. Or we could play this on you, and that would give you 20 more attack this turn, which is not enough to kill you. But I should probably play the Pyre Chomper no matter what. So let's play the Pyre Chomper, and then figure out what we're doing. If we play the Nexus Spike on you, you die. And don't deal any damage to the Pyre. And then we could play Plinks here to start dealing damage to you and killing that one, hopefully. But you know, you are bigger, which is also why Nexus Spike wouldn't work on you, because our Pyre, with Dazed 3, we only do 210 damage with our Pyre, which is not enough to kill you. So the worst one for us is this one. Let's play the Nexus Spike there. And then let's Plink here a bunch of times. Ooh. 21 damage is not enough to kill you. Okay, you know, I'm gonna do this and this, and do a Plink down here. Alright. Oh, I did one of the better Plinks. I meant to do the simple Plink. That was dumb. Surprisingly, basically what I want happened. And we can kill this one. We could even do it on the next floor. So we could put these three here, which will at least do a little bit of damage to you. Since we can't fit them at the top. Okay, we've done some damage to you and it's really not enough. We have a Ritual of Battle and a Blazing Bolts. We're going to start with the Packed Morsels. What we most want is more attack, so that's going to be the Morsel Excavator. The Ritual of Battle really should go on half the Blacksmith. And then Blazing Bolts means that you are going to die. And that's important to me. Alright. Well, even with the deck that I have, I constantly feel like I want more Ember. Even though I have so many ways to gain Ember in the deck. The Pyre Chomper is quite good, especially with Prismal Dust here. And the Important Work. Okay, let's play the Pyre Chomper first. We want the Pyre Chomper... We're going to play it at the top because we're going to just important work it. And we don't want to trigger you, or the other one of you. So... we got a Welder Helper as well. Oh. Well, let's play a Welder Helper at the top, so that we gain a lot of armor. And then... I guess we play a... We're gonna just get a ton of morsels. A ton of morsels and decide the one that we want to play at the top. So... we're going to play a Plink here to potentially kill those. Ooh, we killed the biggest one. That's nice. And then we are going to play not the torch, because the torch is useless. So let's just play the Prismal Dust here now. Oh, the torch is not useless. What am I thinking? Okay, well actually, we probably wanted to do something that gave attack anyway. Which is going to be the Morsel Excavator, and that does kill you. They don't really want to play the morsels. I'm going to play the morsels, but I don't want to. We could just keep them in the deck, but then they gum up the deck. It's just that all of the things that we play are giving the enemies health, which is not nice. I'm not even going to play it here, because he adds it to all of them. Okay, Blazing Bolts is nice. Steel Pulley Claw is nice. We still can't Steel Pulley Claw the Dark Wings. But we could Steel Pulley Claw a lot of other things just fine. Probably you. Let's Steel Pulley Claw you. And then we're almost killing everything at the top, which makes me want to choose Blazing Bolts right now. That means that we're going to have a harder time with those, of course, but still. Okay. Now you also kill this one, so you're going to grant rage to things. And then we're going to play this Martial Jeweler, because we can't fit it at the top, or we can. Never mind. And then play a Plink here just to deal a little bit of damage. And by a little bit, I mean very, very a minuscule amount. Okay, the top is still a problem. We have Vent, which kills those two and gives you 30 health. Well, it also takes away some health still. I want to do something down here as well. The good old Wingmaker does more than Vent for the first attack. And then we really have to play the Vent up here, which means we're not going to play anything at the bottom. And that means that you're going to gain health, but we're also going to get rid of those. Ick. Oh well, at least it's not enough damage to kill them. And how much damage shield do I have? I've got 6 damage shield left. It's not bad. Definitely want to play Ritual of Battle. I think that's far too important not to play. So we're going to start there. And then, how about let's play a Plink and a Packed Morsels. And then this Mind Collapse here. Now, what do we want most for you? Probably more attack. Yeah, I think more attack is what we really want for you. So, that's these. And then what we do is we play these down here so that we take up some of your rage and we deal you little bits of damage. But we want you to have less range. Great. We're winning already. You're even gaining health? What absolute nonsense. Alright. I guess you do have 6 damage. Alright. That one ended up going very well, even though I took the trial. Another Pyre Chomper is not bad. Because we've got Queen's Tail. Excavation Eruption is not amazing, the thing is. Prism Retrieval is pretty crappy, honestly, in this deck. Let's skip these. Alright. I think we're not doing great. I mean, we made it to Seraph the Patient, but I think we're not doing great. And I still want to duplicate half the blacksmith, right? Maybe, maybe not. It's nice to have 2 half the blacksmiths, but I think one of them is just not going to do much. Well, actually, we get so many morsels, though. We should probably duplicate her. Okay, let's go this way. Peek here. We've got a stack stone. I mean, I guess it does go on Nexus Spike. Interesting. Surge stone. We could actually take that to put it on a plank or a torch. Ember stone we'll definitely take and put somewhere. We need more ember all the time. Okay. We could put it on last stand. So, we probably will buy out some of those. Let's actually remove cards first, because we know we really want to remove torches and planks. We can remove both of those quite easily. So that's done. Friendly units get +2 attack on Slay is not bad. This draws us more cards. This gets us some more Ember. Those are nice. Do I want this one too? I don't know if I want this one too. It's not bad, but it's not like we're going to affect any more than just the 1 unit. I guess maybe 2 units? Huh. We're going to buy some of those. I like my 122 Pyre attack, but I remember we're only going to have 50 Pyre health for the next 2 battles? Before each battle. So we'll have 50 health and then 50 health. It seems kind of risky. Value Stone. Engage Pact seems a little bit pointless. Seek Stone? What do we want a Seek Stone for? Probably nothing. So the Value Stone is one thing that we could take. We could put that on Last Stand, because I would like to play Last Stand more often, and that would also mean we could put... Well, we can't put the Stack Stone on Last Stand. Okay. Let's start actually making decisions. I like this one a lot. I like this one a lot. I think with this one, we really don't need to make our spells cost less. We could take this one it would hurt the damage our Pyre does. We could take a stack stone and put it on Nexus Spike in order to... It would both make the Steel Polyclaw do Dazed 6 and make the Ritual of Battle do more. Yeah, let's actually get the stack stone. Surge Stone I certainly want on one of these things. Let's put it on another plank. The planks get the Surge Stones, for some reason. Ember Stone we're definitely going to get, because it's still helpful. We could put it on Nexus Spike. Let's put it on Last Stand. I mean, both of the... Let's put it on Blazing Bolts. One that doesn't consume, necessarily. We could re-roll. And we could use basically all of our money. Perhaps. We can't really re-roll here anymore. Let's duplicate our champion. It says you can't do that, but it's wrong. Because our champion is the truer champion. They don't realize that it's a champion. Okay. Merchant of Magic. We could re-roll. If we re-roll, we're diminishing our Pyre attack power, which could be a problem. But I think we still re-roll in hopes that this is just really what we want. It isn't. It isn't really what we want. Let's take another Surge Stone now. Well, I think I'm going to stop there. I'm not even going to purge a card. I'm going to keep my Pyre attack at 50. And let's move on through the last set. Okay. Rally and Incant. Unfortunate. Because we do a lot of those. Now, we get 2 Half the Blacksmiths. We're going to play both of them. So, we're going to play one up here. We're going to play one here, and then we get more Ember, which means we can also play the Morsel Maker at the top. At the bottom. I don't think playing a Torch is worth you gaining more attack. The melee weakness really is not great for us. I had forgotten about all the melee weakness that we're going to experience. We can play Packed Morsels. That'll give us a start. And then... how about a Magma Morsel first? I'm going to do an Anti-Umbra Morsel first. We can't play any at the top. We can play one here, usefully. And it's going to be the only one that we play. Let's play Magma Morsel here, so we draw a card first. Send something to the Pyre Room and apply Dazed 3. Or we can... No. This is not the Nexus Spike. This is just the Steel Polyclaw. The normal one. I mean, we could Dazed Seraph a lot. Which is a thing that is valuable to do. Or we could use it to get rid of these guys. I think I'm going to start on Seraph. So we're going to try to daze Seraph a lot. We have a Nexus Spike 2 to do this. No, this is a bad plan. Let's not do that. Let's play the Steel Pulley Claw to take out one of these things. Maybe this one. Then, do we want you to have Umbra Morsel or Mag Morsel? Probably Umbra Morsel, because you're not going to get as much health in total. And then we play Pyre Chompers. Pyre Chomper. Ooh, we got Ember Cache too. Let's play that. We got another Pyre Chomper. We have another Pyre Chomper. And then we have a Magma Morsel that we can still put at the bottom. So we shall. And then we have a gigantic Prismal Dust to play. So, apply 25 damage shield to you. There we go. Now, I think we vent at the bottom. Great. I mean, things are going okay right now, I think. We got so many Pyre Chompers. I don't know how many of those we're going to sacrifice. Because we would like to sacrifice many of them. So let's start with Packed Morsels. We'll play that here. Ooh, 2 Morsel Miners, which are going to help you out. Yeah, Morsel Miner, Morsel Miner. We could put this Morsel Miner in front so that you attack the Morsel Miner instead. If we did that, would we rather do the Morsel Jeweler in front? Thinking about it. Could also play good old Wingmaker here. I don't know where we want to put our Morsel Miners. I do know I want to kill you with the Mind Collapse when we run out of stuff. We can't affect bosses with the Nexus Spike. Right. That's important. I'm still confused about what I'm going to be doing. I think the Blazing Bolts gets played at the bottom. Even though it does damage to Seraph, it does only some damage. I don't know. I really don't know. We're going to play a lot of cards. I can't figure out what those lots of cards are. I guess we'll play another Morsel Miner here, because we have other ways to prevent you from taking much damage. And now we can play other things that are in my hand. Let's play the Ritual of Battle and the Nexus Spike and hope you don't actually get moved up. Alright, that's good. Glad you didn't get moved up. The good old Wingmaker could go here. It would actually be bad because then Seraph would be doing the double damage, which we don't want. Yeah, okay. So we want to play a good old Wingmaker here. We want to play a Torch here. Torch. And then Mind Collapse. Blazing Bolts because it deals you a bunch of damage. The Morsel Jeweler. So that these imps get preserved. Alright. And now we're going to have space to play more morsels each turn. Which is good, because we can often get morsels each turn. We have a plane. We also have Last Stand, which could go on you to give you 43 rage. I think that's nice. We could play a Plink in the center to guarantee that we get a morsel. We're gonna do that. So, we got a morsel unit. We want to play the welder helper at the top. We can't. Okay. I guess it's better to play it in the center than to insist that we play it at the top. So, rubble morsel. We got another plink. Okay, I'm gonna do some plinks down here. Plink. Plink. It didn't hit you at all. Alright. Let's play the welder helper here. Do we play it here? Yes, we do play it here. Even though you lose that morsel. Just the fact that when Seraph comes here, Seraph is going to give you the melee weakness. I think that's worth it. Steel Polyclaw. Alright. Oh no, but we want to play Last Stand. We should play Last Stand. Double the rage and friendly units. I mean, if we don't play it this turn and we play Steel Polyclaw instead, then you'll have more rage for when we later play Last Stand. Okay, we're gonna do that. Oh, this is a Steel Polyclaw. This is not... this is not the Nexus Spike. They look the same to me. I kind of want to Daze 3 Seraph the Patient. I don't know if that will cause him not to do the Rally Emblem. I think it will still make you do the Rallying Emblem, which is sad. Okay, original plan. Last Stand. Double the rage on these units. And then the vent is not worth playing. We did not get to sacrifice any of those vents, which is sad. We got a Ritual of Battle. I like seeing that. Let's play the Excavated Ember somewhere not where Seraph is, to start with. Excavated Ember again. Okay. I think we simply must play the Ritual of Battle. We're going to play the Ritual of Battle up here. And then we're going to play the Prismal Dust next. Prismal Dust up here, 6 more damage shield. Did it get preserved? It did not that time. Alright. We've got 29 damage shield. Hopefully that's enough. I don't know if it's enough. The Mind Collapse can kill this one. Then Plink might kill this one. It did, which means we got a Morsel Jeweler. We still can't play other things up there? Why have we not been able to get more space up there? I don't know why when that happens. We're gonna give you a damage shield, I guess? Sure. We draw a card. I don't know where to play this. We're gonna play Blazing Bolts here, though. It's the most obvious place to play Blazing Bolts. And then, yeah, you're the worst, so let's hit you. Okay. The boss still has a lot of health. I thought we would be dealing the boss more damage. I guess we have dealt 400 something damage, something like that. Let's play the Excavated Ember. Hope that we keep it again. Oh right, well we didn't get it that time. Good old Wingmaker could go at the bottom. You're taking 31 damage from Seraph the Patient. We don't like that. Good old Wingmaker goes here. And then the Nexus Spike goes here. We could move you I don't think we will. I think we'll do more rage. If we do the vent here, Seraph gains an attack, but you're not taking that attack. If we play a blink here, we have a chance of that happening. But we could also get a morsel, which I want. Alright, never mind, we'll play the vent. Okay, well, you're still alive, you're doing your part, but I think you're gonna die pretty fast at this point. Wait a minute, did that top one not die? Why didn't it die? Oh my gosh. How did it not die? We have so much attack. Oh no! We keep dazing our Hef the Blacksmith. That's the reason why nothing has been happening at the top. You have dazed 8. I feel stupid. Alright, well, now that I realize that, we should not play Nexus Spike on our own units. How sad. We should not play Nexus Spike on our own units. And we need to play things at the top that kill the units. Oh no. So every time those guys back there have taken out the units, I mean, that's kind of impressive on its own. What are we gonna do with you? We're gonna do a Steel Polyclaw on you, clearly. Oh no! How foolish I've been! Alright, day 7. That's not great. So, Steel Polyclaw, if we Steel Polyclaw you get dazed 3. Dazed 3 is not enough. Oh no. I mean, how much damage do we need to do to you for Daze 3 to be enough? Because you need to get down to 150, which means we need to deal you 37 damage. If we did the full good old Wingmaker, that's 12, 14... Oh no, we're dead because I dazed my Hef the Blacksmith so many times. We're dead. Alright. What do I do? Steel Polyclaw means we still die to you. Yeah. We don't get to draw any cards this turn because we don't have any imps or morsels. I don't know that we have many ways to get imps or morsels in our deck at this point. We don't. We have very few cards. So, how do we survive? How do we get you down to 150? I think that involves playing Ritual of Battle on you. But then, you know, you don't get to attack before we do the Steel Polyclaw. That would just mean that you deal more than 60 damage, which is very much not enough. So, Torch, Vent, Ritual of Battle, good old Wingmaker. So the good old Wingmaker we'd have to play. That does the most damage per Ember, other than Steel Polyclaw. Then we'd have to deal 25 more, which we just do not have. So we're gonna die. As it turns out. As it turns out, we're dying. Oh no. I dazed my own one. I feel so dumb. Well, that was an unfortunate way to lose that one, but at least we have new personal records, right? We'll try this one again next time. Since this was a loss, no new mastered cards, nor max covenant wins. On the right, I am featuring the ever-problematic Gilded Wing, which killed me again this time, although I certainly blame myself. Instead of a second enemy, I am featuring Surge Stone, which becomes the 6th upgrade that I have taken at least 100 times, where I stop counting. Surge Stone is the last one of the 3 common spell stones to reach this height. On the left, I'm showing off Pyre Chopper because I took 3 of them this run and tried to make an imp deck work, without actually a lot of imps. Vent becomes the 33rd card that I've taken into 100 battles where I stop counting. Thank you, Vent, for all that you do. Vent is one of my favorite cards that is almost worthless without an upgrade stone. For artifacts, Heaven's Gold reaches my 10 battle threshold, another cavern-sourced artifact to do so, and I really wanted to rely upon it, but I felt like I needed something else to actually do so. Queen's Tale was one of my attempts to make an imp deck work. It was wonderful, except I simply didn't have enough imps to make much use of it. Check out my tracking sheet, link in the video description, new episodes every Saturday, and thanks for watching.